Hello, Virgo Sun, Aries Rising. It is time for your year ahead reading. For your start date for this, you can choose your birth date or the end of August, beginning of September. So to start your reading period, I will pull 12 cards, one for each month, labeled 1 through 12. And I'll pull a 13th card from the bottom of the deck to give us more information. But first, let's get into a little bit of the astrology. With an Aries rising, so your chart is in the natural position. The word left me, but anyway, Aries is the leader of the first house, and your Aries rising is first house. With that Aries rising, what you show to the public or how other people see you, your external energy is going to be bolder than maybe you actually feel. You may be somebody who other people view as you're not afraid to speak your mind. You're not afraid to stand up or say something when you see a problem. You're not afraid to take action or to take charge if necessary. You may do it a little reluctantly, but you will. If nobody else is stepping in and doing something, you'll do it. So there's that sense of boldness, that leadership aspect, and definitely that Mars passion and activity, action kind of feeling. With your sun, most likely in the 6th house, it's not going to be true for everybody, but most likely that is the native house of Virgo. You are at home. Your sun sign is at home in its house. The 6th house is the house about health, wellness, routine. So you may, your sense of self-identity may come or may be strongly tied to your health, to how well you take care of yourself, and to having a routine. You like to have a standard things. You know what you're going to do, at least in specific areas, every day. There's still going to be a strong desire with your Aries rising to have some room for spontaneity or for changing things up. But you like to have routine. You like to know what's coming next, and you like to anticipate things. At a minimum, you're going to be making sure, if you're into a specific exercise program, that you are making X amount of time for it every day or on specific days of the week, or at a minimum, every other day. Okay. Now that can manifest in different ways. It could be about your diet. It could be any different types of exercises that you're into, or just watching your health and watching your cholesterol and blood pressure and things like that. But it's something where you're comfortable and where you feel at your best when you're focused on that, where you feel most naturally yourself. Okay, let's get into the cards. So this is month 1. Like I said, I'll just number them 1 through 12. Month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, and month 6, month 7. So I think if I bring these down a little bit, that's the secret to avoiding some of the glare. Month 8, month 9, and month 10, 11, stay, and 12. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the world. So I'm going to take a moment and look at the overall spread and then see if any messages come through. And then we'll get into each of the cards. So the biggest thing coming through here, and this is because you have 6 major arcana cards in this reading. This is all about change. This is about leveling up. You're ready to shake things up, to do things differently this year. So that's where a lot of your focus is going to be, is how can I do better? How can I do something better? How can I go after what it is I really want to do? Or it's just making the decisions to do those things, to go after the things that you really want to do, where you want to put most of your focus and energy. So let's get into the cards themselves. We're starting off your overall theme of the year is kind of what this feels like, or an extra message. But this is the world card. This is the last card in the major arcana card. This is a card indicating success, completion. You've reached the end of a journey. You're leveling up, or at least you're changing things up considerably from this point forward, life is going to be different than before. You've tied up loose ends, you've taken care of things, and it just feels like it's time to move on. This is time to try something new, try something different. So the World card, in a way, encapsulates the initial reading I was getting just from the overall spread itself. So it's reinforcing that message here with this World card. Graduation year. Okay. Maybe it is literally graduation year if you're in school still or went back to school. Anyway. Okay, I'm going to stop fussing. Okay. Let's get into individual months here. We're starting off here with the High Priestess. This is a major arcana card. This is the third card in the second, right? The second card in the major arcana. This is all about connection. Looking between the lines. Looking into the gray areas. What's in between the lines? What is it that you are feeling that's off kilter or just not right? What is it that you want to change? And this is something where you're going inward. This is all introspective type work. You could be trying meditation. Maybe you're doing yoga. Maybe you're just out going for a walk, or maybe you're sitting in your car. Whatever it is, you're taking some time to just kind of sit and be still. That feels like what is right for the majority of you, is to just sit and be still and let your thoughts kind of flow until something coalesces, something comes to the fore. This is going to be your initiation into this next year. This is going to give you a deeper understanding of what it is that you really want out of life, how you want to live your life. So there could have been a catalyst in the month before, and now you're looking at things differently. You're wondering if is this how you want to keep going on, or is it time to get more deeply involved in life for you, and what does that mean for you? This is also where you may actually be feeling a stronger connection between yourself and the moon or yourself and the earth. You want to feel that stable. You want to feel that connection. It's part of who you are. It's part of your being. Maybe you want to move out into the country if you're currently living in the city. Maybe you want to move from the country into the city because you want to be around that bustle of life, the constant movement and constant energy. Or if you are living within that city, you want to carve out a piece of it for yourself that is still, that is calm, that is peaceful, where you can sit and pray or meditate or just sit in silence and just be still. The be still here is a big thing. So maybe you've just been moving and moving and moving, and this is a month where you're taking the time to just sit, consider things, get in touch with yourself, your inner self. That's what month 1 is all about. In month 2, we have the King of Swords. So kings in general, I think of as big boss energy, leadership energy, and more extroverted, masculine type energy or directive energy. It feels like this is somebody who is going to compel you to make a change, to do something different, because you don't want to do things the way that this person does them. That's not who you are. You're not going to follow the way that they do it, or you don't want to anyway. So this is where you're like, really, okay, where I'm at now, I have to do some of the way that they want to. You may still be able to do enough different that you can do better at it than they can, but you still have to abide by some of their rules or their practices. So swords, there's no emotional connection here. Swords are all about the facts, the figures. This is how we do things. This is how you will do things. That's what I'm feeling from this energy for you. This is how you will do things. And inside you're like, "Oh, really? Oh, really?" But you have to play by their rules here, at least in this month, until you fully understand what their expectations are. Because you can be all about the details and you know what the routine should be. Maybe you even initially created the routine, so you know why certain things are in place and they don't yet. So this may be a new manager or something like that to the company who doesn't know why some things are done the way that they are. They need to see it, they need to experience it themselves in order to understand why. So you can try going through over, you know, you can try walking them through that past experience, but again, they didn't see it and there's not like any formal documentation on it. So they will need you're just going to have to deal. I wish I had a better answer for you. So hold on to your patience, do some extra meditation or be still why you need to have this in place so that when you're dealing with this person, you have a place to decompress or a way to decompress and calm yourself because you can't force them to change. So there is going to be a month, a little bit of that it feels work disruption because of new management or something like that, some change in the workplace is what this strongly feels like. It could be any place. So this is the type of person, again, it's all about the facts, the figures. They want to make sure the plan is in place and plan B and their plan because they know how it works and they know how they want it to work. So bit of a tense month, frustrating month, but you will get through it. Because then in month 3, we have the strength card. Fortitude is what they call this. I like that name for this. This is you powering through, doing your thing, cleaning up the mess, but at the same time, you're doing things that are helping you formally document it. You're making sure that you're recording or at least recapping any conversations you have with this person via email. So you have the paper trail kind of thing. You're just plowing through. Again, yeah, you're doing what you can to help everybody else around you in this case. It feels like you're the person people go to for that calm or to help explain the situation. You're pretty straightforward with them, especially with that Aries energy on top. So people are going to you for ideas on how to work around this. Well, can we do? Because if we do this the way that they said, then we're going to have a problem here, here, and here. So how do we get around this? You'll know a way to get around it because you're good at your job. And you may be willing to take the blows. You may be willing to go to the mat. Maybe that's a better way to say it for this process and this change. So this may be a month where you're having to do some documentation. You may have to be going back and forth with this person to help them understand why certain things have to be done with the constraints that you guys have as a business. So there must be something that's specific to what you do or what your company does or the relationship your company has with one of their vendors or with the government or something that requires that they do these other steps or extra steps. But this person doesn't know that because where they were before, they didn't have that. So you are by force of will, not too aggressively, but by being patient, leveraging your fortitude, you are staying strong and kind of pushing back, but you push back just enough that they don't get too aggressive or mean or angry. You have that deft touch there. So, yeah, a month of patience. Having maybe even some compassion for this person because they have no idea what they've gotten themselves into, but you do. So, take a few deep breaths. Go back and sit in your stillness when you need to, and remind yourself that this is not about you, it is about their experience. You are having experiences, yes, but the reason they're behaving the way they are is because they don't have a clue. So, you will kind of be bringing them kicking and screaming into their current reality, but gently, compassionately, patiently. And then, okay, that makes sense that this follows that. We have the star card, another major arcana card here in month 4. This is a month of making sure that you are okay. This is self-care. This is refreshing your energy. Maybe you take some time off this month and just sit around at home or go on a retreat. Do something for yourself, something that you really enjoy, something that is going, go to a spa, or maybe you're into a certain hobby and there's a retreat for that hobby. Go do that. Go do something that gets your mind completely off of work and makes you feel refreshed and recharged for when you return. Take care of your energy here because you are making some breakthroughs, but again, it's been a rough couple months here. Kind of a rough, it's hard to explain. It's been a difficult, challenging, there we go. It's been a challenging couple of months. Really keeping you on your toes so that you can keep things running smoothly. And you're doing it. And you're having good, you're really leveraging your strengths in that area here. But make sure you take time off. Do not give up your time off here in month 4. You take that time. Maybe, and that part of you taking that time may force them to recognize how much you're involved and how much your input is needed by the time you come back. And then we get to month 5 with the blasted tower, the tower card. This is an unexpected, out of the blue, life-changing kind of event. Something, some area, it comes collapsing down, completely destroyed, cannot be rebuilt. You would have to start over completely. And I had a couple different scenarios that popped into my head for this. One, this new manager here quits and leaves abruptly with no notice. And now your team and you are having to scramble at work in order to put things back to right. Maybe they did something or insisted on something while you were out and then quickly realized their mistake, but they can't go back and fix it. And now there's a problem with the company and you're going to have to fix it. But you can't rebuild that relationship or whatever it is that broke cannot be redone. It's an irrevocable break. You can't, it's done, it's over, kaput. The only way you can move forward is to start fresh, start with something new, build a brand new foundation. Maybe this is a brand new connection with a new vendor. And because this is a new connection, you can put or make sure, or at least you can encourage the company to make sure that there is a very strong, very clear contract between the two of you on expectations of what your company is expected to deliver and what the vendor is expected to deliver. Who is responsible for what? Because it feels like that might have been what was the issue here, where you guys had to have workarounds and stuff in place. Build it better. Bottom line here. For others, this feels like it could be related to finances or something to do with money. So I don't know if like one of your stock investments or something collapses or there's an issue with a 401k or something. Anyway, You can't get that money back. What's done is done, it's over. All you can do is start fresh and doing something different, something where maybe you feel it's going to be a more sound long-term investment, something that will have steady growth and will benefit you more in the future. You won't will It'll be less risky because you may be a little more risk averse after this incident happens. So those are the two scenarios that they came up with for that card. Oops. And then in month 6, we have the 7 of Cups. So that was a lot of major arcana cards here in this first 6 months. So it's going to be kind of tumultuous and a little bit stressful and challenging. And there's going to be a lot of personal growth for you through those first 5 months for sure here. Okay, month 6, we have the 7 of Cups. You have some options available to you. 7, up to 7 potential things. It could be, okay, the first one that came through for whatever reason is that vendor or that other company where if that was what was destroyed, or maybe that wasn't what was destroyed, but anyway, you've got the attention of them. They may be coming to you asking if you'd be willing to work for them. That's an option. And then you may have a few more options that come out of that. Do you accept? Do you say, I'm curious, let me learn more? Do you let your employer know that you may be looking at another job? All these are up to you. Who are you going to inform? What information are you going to share? Some other alternatives are, you know what, if I'm that valuable to them, who else might want to hire me and take me away from this company? So maybe you put your resume together and you put some feelers out there and you find out that you are maybe more well known than you thought in the industry or in what you do. And there would be interest, or there are definitely openings. There's a lot of potential out there for you, bottom line. It also feels like this could have to do with the home situation. So I don't know if you may want to move, if you want to sell, if you want to buy, if you want to rent, whatever it is. There's definitely different options in that area. Or maybe these end up combining. If you do take a new job that's in a different location, are you going to move? So lots of things to consider here in month 6. How you decide what option to choose should be by leveraging your intuition and your emotions. How do you feel about each of the options? And do not respond to anybody coming at you with an offer right away. Tell them you need a few days at least to think about it, and give yourself time to sit with that option and see how you really feel about it. You could use your body and see lay out 2 pieces of paper in front of you, or put the ideas on different pieces of paper. Put one option in front of you. Look at it, and does your body lean into it or away from it? Is it repelled by it or interested in it? And you could then put the next piece of paper in and see, what is your body telling you? And if there's more than one option there, then leverage your emotions. Which one makes you feel more excited about it? Which one are you more curious about? Or it's not even going to be about how you think about it, what one might be the most practical. It's going to be how you feel about it. Maybe how you feel about the people there. Maybe how you feel about the company. But go with your feelings here, because you want to feel good about this decision in the end. But you got options here in month 6. You may be more popular than you think. And then down here, I just noticed this here. And then in month 7, we have the Chariot. So this is all about you're taking charge, you're picking the direction, and off you go. So you may very well be getting a new job or moving or doing something that requires a change. You have to make the choice. So this is completely up to you which way you go. But once you make that choice, and you may have narrowed it down to maybe 2 things or 2 options here by month 7. Maybe you have offers from 2 different companies. You like both of them. Which one do you feel best about? That's the one you choose, and poof, notice is in and I'm off. So quick, decisive action here, or decision making and action happening here in month 7. feeling very confident about it too, because this is your life, you're in charge of it, and this feels right, and you're ready. You are ready for this change. You're ready to move on. You don't need the stress and drama that this place has. No more. And then in month 8, we have the Queen of Swords. So this is a leadership card. This is a more feminine energy. So it's more receptive. They're receiving information. They can also be nurturing, or at least their intent is to help you succeed at a minimum. And swords, again, okay, so we have the power couple here. We have the King of Swords. Now we have the Queen of Swords. Similar kind of energy as far as very fact based, finance driven, logical, um, and communicates, may like to talk a lot. So this may be a talker in your friend group. This could be somebody at the new place or where you're going. It could be a financial advisor. This is somebody giving you advice, helping you plan or helping you acclimate to something. So feel free to ask them a lot of questions. They will really appreciate that. They like helping in that way. They love providing information. So this is somebody you're going to be meeting here in month 8 that's going to help you out as long as you're asking. Be curious, really express that curiosity. Get into the details. They'll love that. So this could even be, if this is a new job, this could be somebody who's onboarding you or something like that. But they love that part of their job. So have at it. And then, okay, so now this even makes sense. And then in month 9, we have the 8 of Wands. Now things are coming in quick, fast. Lots of things to do. You're picking it up. You're getting it done. Boom, 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 boom. A lot of action, a lot of energy out there. You're going to have to act quickly. Trust your instincts. Trust your knowledge. Trust yourself here because you know exactly what needs to happen. If you're second guessing or questioning something, ask this person. They can tell you, but be quick right away. Don't take too long to get their advice if it's something that you're not sure on. You want to act quickly, decisively, and trust your instincts and yourself here when you're making these decisions. It could be, okay, this is what I think needs to happen. Let me just confirm it with this person before I reply or hit send. And they're going to be, yeah, that's exactly right. You got it. And then off it goes. So this is you figuring it out and making it work and taking it all on. Impressive work. In month 10, we have the 3 of Swords. Now, this is a card indicating betrayal, heartbreak, anguish, disappointment. Definitely does not feel good. This is where you find out that somebody has been misleading you, has been maybe besmirching your reputation, if you will, spreading rumors. Again, a lot of it is it feels like a lot of misleading information, trying to trip you up. I'm feeling into it a little more here. In some cases, it may be related to this. I don't know though. That might only be a few of you out there where it's related to this person because they had such a negative experience here because of their lack of insight, foresight, knowledge of that not every company has exactly the same relationships or processes, and that there are reasons that we do things the way that we do. So their lack of investigation, they're trying to make that your problem. But that's not for everybody. So I'm trying to feel into this a little bit. This may feel like this for at least 30% of you, maybe 50%. This could be somebody you thought was a friend, somebody you thought was there encouraging you or really meant it. And you find out that they have been, it's not really gaslighting. I'm leading more into the misleading or feeling it's more like misleading information. They've been trying to keep something from you. So maybe if you have a certain group of friends you get together with, when this person is planning things, they have been deliberately excluding you because they may feel like you show them up. They're insecure for some reason. when you're around, or they feel like you show them up in some way. It's not your problem, but you thought you guys were friends. You thought you guys were on good terms. And now you're finding out that's not true. This person is trying to separate you from the group. They're trying to isolate you because they have a problem, because they are insecure. That's where the feeling of disappointment and betrayal comes in. Now, the other friends, the other people in this group may not have realized it, or maybe it's that they finally figured out what's going on and they're the ones that kind of clued you in on it. Hey, look, we notice you haven't been going or coming to these events. Why haven't you been there? Well, you weren't invited. You weren't aware that that was going on. Nobody brought it up. But they all assumed that you already knew. So now you're getting clarity with the full group of friends, but that one air quote friend, yeah, you're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're over it. No, no, no. It's not right. It's not acceptable. And you don't have to put up with that kind of relationship in your life. You deserve better than that. But you're still going to have to process and release. You're going to have to experience those emotions, go through that. This whole process is going to help you emotionally, mentally, physically, energetically disconnect from that relationship, which was unknowing to you, holding you back or isolating you, keeping you in the dark. If things had kept on this way, eventually it would have felt like you drifted away from that whole friend group. And maybe you would have thought that that was your fault. It is not. It has nothing to do ultimately with you. It has to do with that person. But while you're in it, it's going to feel hard. It's going to be hard. And the best way you can help yourself is to let yourself feel the anger, let yourself feel the betrayal, the sadness, express it, release it from yourself. Let it out in a healthy way. Let it out so that you can shake that off of yourself and it won't be stuck to you. It won't be glued to anymore. You're just over it. It will take actually a very short time because then the anger is going to come in there too at some point. And then that's when that disconnect is really going to kind of click in, it feels like, for a lot of you. I don't need that in my life. Bye. And thank goodness you found out before things got worse, before things drifted further apart. So there's a sense of relief in knowing that it was not all in your head, because you may have been feeling in the back of your mind like something was going on, but not sure what. So a hard, but at the end of the day, something that is in for your best and highest good happens here in month 10. In month 11, we have the Knight of Wands. So knights are somebody who kind of they have the certification, they have the degree, they have the knowledge, they've read the book, but they don't have any experience. So they don't know what actually works, at least not what actually works for them. So they're all about getting experience, trying different things, figuring out, yep, that's not for me. Oh, I love that. That I want to adopt. I'm going to do that. Oh, no, not that part though. Kind of that thing, learning, figuring it out. This feels a lot like you here. So maybe there's, as a result of this, there's also a recognition that you need to stay in touch. You need to take a more active role in the with the people that you want to stay connected to, that you do really appreciate and have emotional connections with. So you may be trying different things with them and figuring out, maybe we should join a bowling league and have a bowling team. Okay, so let's just go bowling first and see if we like bowling. Okay, no, maybe we don't like bowling. Maybe everybody likes to quilt or work with fabric in some way. So let's get together for a weekend and create together. Did we like that? Did we not like that? Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe a few of them do and they want to continue on that, but the others are like, no, that's not my thing. Maybe they just want to meet up for coffee once a week or every other week. Or Many different possibilities, but this is something you're really passionate about because you love these people and you want to make it work out. So you're out there trying different things together, seeing what you all like to do and what you can do together as a group so that to make sure you all stay in touch. And it could literally just at the end of the day mean meeting up for coffee every other week or at a minimum once a month, but making sure you're all present together. You want to see their faces kind of feel. And then in month 12 here, we have the Page of Wands. So we had the Knight, now we have the Page. As a result of this, maybe there was something that you all did together that you really liked and you want to learn more about it. Month 12 would be about learning that, stepping into it. Maybe you really liked bowling and you really enjoyed yourself. And then if it was a league night, you saw how they interacted and all of that. You figured all that out. And you want to join a team. You want to try this out. You want to give it a shot. Page energy is fresh. It is young. It is new. It's a bit naive because they don't know anything about this thing that they're curious about, but they're willing to give it a try, especially the Page of Wands. This has caught their eye, is lighting them up, at least for now, and they want to give it a go. I want to explore that deeper. So you may be learning more about that, what's involved, how much does it cost? Are there any openings on any teams around you? How often do they meet up? How often is the bowling occurring? Do you have the time commitment for it? Can you tell I've been on a bowling league before? It can feel like over time a large commitment of time, depending on who you are. Whatever this is that you discover here in month 11 that fires you up and gets you excited, that's outside the group, you're going to want to learn more about it. You're going to be exploring that here in month 12. It's kind of a little bit of an extra change up for you. So you've probably changed jobs or you've moved. And now maybe you're getting to know even about the area that you moved to. Maybe you're exploring the local coffee shops or other places where people gather in your community. Maybe you're trying community events and getting to know new people. But whatever it is, you're excited about the potential for this and you're ready to start anew out there in the world. And that, Virgo Sun, Aries Rising, is what I have for you for your year ahead. Please hit that like button and please hit subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.